This season has been so exhausting. How did we get here, Leafs Nation? Starting off with the Mitch Marner saga. Trying to trade Mitch Marner the last year of his contract where the no trade clause kicked in really didn't help. And then you get Nick Waugh, which you end up converting to picks. But again, you had ample opportunities to trade him, and Shanahan wasn't going to let that happen. According to Keith Pelly, this was the beginning of the end for the Maple Leafs. Tanev out for the whole season, which then leads to Anthony Stolarz getting injured, and he calls the team out. His first of 2 injuries this season, Anthony Stolarz said that this team needed to play with more edge, more bite, more passion. Clearly, the team didn't listen. But I'm glad he didn't have to walk his comments back like previous coaches. Then Joseph Woll gets injured, and when he returns, he's not the Joseph Woll we remember, which leads to Dennis Hildeby getting the net, and it's not his fault, but he didn't do that great. It's ironic given that I'm wearing his jersey, but Morgan Rielly gets worse every year. He wants to come back. Yeah, I don't know if that feeling's mutual, but I completely forgot about Craig Berube and his gym accident. Oh man. The epitome of the Leafs comes down to a moment, and it was this one. They did not have Matthews' back. It doesn't matter that the team started sticking up for each other after the fact. They've had years to do this. There was also the loss to the Seattle Kraken in October, and I happened to be at the Rec Room with the Steve Dangle podcast, literally in the same room when they were doing the meet and greets. Just after this picture was taken, the Seattle Kraken had scored a goal. I don't remember if it was to take the lead or what, but Steve Dangle basically said, "This is the Leafs in a nutshell." I was literally in that meet and greet room with all of SDPN when that happened, and they have brought it up countless times on their podcast saying that that game was the beginning of the end. And I was there with them. Then there was the whole trade deadline where they held players back so that they wouldn't get injured in case they traded them. And they didn't even trade all the players that they were sitting out. The Scott Lawton deal, that sucked. And you know what was funny about the Scott Lawton deal? It was a 3rd round pick that was either Buffalo or Ottawa's 3rd round pick. So borderline 4th round pick. Thankfully, it gets upgraded to a 2nd, albeit I think it's Buffalo's 2nd round pick, which you paid a 1st to get him. There's also the lack of depth throughout the lineup. You had Easton Cowan that couldn't be sent down to the AHL because he had played too many games prior to the Olympic break, so he was sat for about a month. A couple of bombshell articles here and there. And the guy that Leaf fans were hoping and praying would come to Toronto, even though they just learned about him 2 weeks ago, got picked up by the New Jersey Devils today. This is such a Leaf thing to do, where they hire Sonny Meta's agent in order to get Sonny Meta. They interview Sonny Meta, and Sonny Meta goes on to the New Jersey Devils, but he was a Devils fan growing up. He worked for them before, so can we really get that mad? This is another video that could be 10 minutes in length, but that is the Leafs season in a nutshell. And to think that this is the last season of Joe Bowen's career, holy Mackinac. My expectations were low, but whew.